Okay, just trying to show off a set of new straps that I got actually a couple of days ago at least. Just getting around to it now. This is well, first the watch is my Seiko 5 Sports GMT SSK059. Really cool, actually, pretty nice field watch in a kind of polar explorer sort of style, but it's got its own thing going on. It's got a nice white dial. The indices are actually like dark polished. I think they're not actually like a standard like bright silver. I think they are kind of like a gray or a dark silver. It mostly reflects dark color or tone, so it's actually more mostly a more contrasty and legible than some might think or worry, which I did at first until I went into the store to actually check it out at Topper. And this is something I got myself as my own kind of Father's Day gift to myself. But anyways, that was a few weeks ago. Obviously, that was in June 21st, because I remember I got it on Juneteenth, which is June 19th. So now it's about mid-July. That's about a month now, almost. Today is almost exactly, it is exactly a month. Today is the 19th of July when I'm filming this. But yeah, it's actually been quite good. After I regulate it, it's actually been pretty accurate, like plus 1-ish second a day, which is plenty. And I have this currently on a Haveston Parade Series strap. It's in whole gray, which I've actually owned for a while. And looks really nice on that. But I thought, you know what, I like this quality of strap and the tones, the colors that they have, and I thought, what else would look good? And I picked up these two. One is a Khaki number 3. This one is more of a, as they describe it, like a mid-World War II period, kind of khaki field kind of color. It's going to look pretty nice with this. It'll be kind of in a similar vein as this gray, but because it's more sandy or earthy tone, it'd give it a little more warmer tone than this one. I think that'll look pretty good. And this is actually seems like it's recently released to go off the orange accents on the watch. This is the Skylab 73. So this is based off of like the space missions during the 70s. They recite a couple of missions that they're inspired by, and particularly the pumpkin orange spacesuits that they wore back then. This is where that color comes from. And I think it's good because it's actually kind of desaturated. It's not like a super bright orange. And so that'll actually probably work pretty well with this orange, because it's not actually super bright orange either. When I look at it, like the orange accents on this on here, and as you see on the small seconds hand. And so we'll just undo these real quick. And hopefully there, small incision. They used to have these, gotta be careful, I'm gonna cut my hand that way. There we go, not too deep. They used to have, they used to carry the straps in these a while back. Haven't done these in a while. Just have these with a bunch of extra spring bars. This is pretty cool. But now they just use like this recycled stuff, I guess, and more environmentally friendly. Although you can't use the container to hold other stuff now. So open this one up first, and there's usually some of their, I think there's different series of straps that they have, and then there's just a brief instruction on like how to install it if you don't know how to do that, which is pretty easy, and how to take care of it, reseal, like regulate instance of wear, just frame by carefully removing any loose thread that's affected area. Well, usually you can just take like a lighter and quickly clean it up. And right, so that's out of the way. Take a look at what's the opening for this thing. I think on this end. Let's see one. And back this up slightly. Let me open the light on this end. You can see it's a nice, like, it's basically kind of a seat belt style, which I don't usually necessarily like, but in some instances when they're really well made, such as this, and I think the Nato, I think that's what they call it. I only have one. They do a pretty nice job too, but what I like about Haveston is they have the floating keeper, which will help tie up the loose ends. And I just wanted to show you how this may look like right next to the orange. Maybe I do a test fitting just to show you. And then pull this open. I don't need to keep the thing that nice. Down here. And I owned this color before in a smaller size, so I know how this looks. So I knew that this would look pretty good on a field or military style watch. This, I wouldn't call this military unless you get the black version, blacked out version of this, and it'll look more like that. But I wanted to do the polar look, and here's a closer look at it. It's nice and smooth. It's tight weave, pliable, and again, a nice floating keeper. And I'll just show it on here real quickly. So, nice about these is that they, yeah, I like to make a note where I usually put it about a finger, pinky's length, my pinky's length, off of the stitching to the spring bar area, because it can move, and I like it to make sure it's situated a certain way. And then I'll just quickly try this one first, because I'm going to probably wear this one first. And so this will look good, actually pretty good on my other Tudor looking watch. The Tudor's blue sub snowflake homage, I guess, but there you go. Take a closer look. Yeah, that'll look pretty nice on wrist. Can't go wrong with, I've always said it, you can't go wrong with any kind of military style of strap, like in terms of color wise, khaki or tan, whatever you're going to call this, an olive drab, gray. Those are basically the main ones. Of course, I guess black, but and we'll go into this. I'll capture this someday on this after I've gone with this for a little bit, and we'll do it in a natural lighting, better lighting than inside my room or studio, if you want to call this. So it's about there, and then this runs right through. Really nice. Yeah, I think this will look pretty sweet like this. And I'll just show you how this goes. Just back it up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing a little better. I'll keep it low because I don't want, just in case I lose my grip, I don't want the watch to flop too far off the surface, increasing the potential for something to get mucked up. So here, snip it in here, and you don't need to fold these over because I find these to be just long enough for my wrist. And then you just move this down like that, and you're dead. And then what I usually do is, so it doesn't stick out quite as, like off of this like this. It's not too bad. Just to keep it closer, what I do is I like to do like a slight roll of the tip, just so that it kind of hugs and stays closer to the strap and your wrist better. See, it gives like a little natural curve to it. And that usually is good enough. So when I slip it through, see, much is tighter. And then let's zoom up so it has less distortion. yeah, I think this is a perfect match for that orange and gives that white and dial a nice pop off the wrist. Yeah, this would be a fun one to put. I don't usually, actually, to be honest, I'm not really into orange as much, but there's some instances where I will be, and I think this one works really, really nicely together with this particular watch. So there we go. I'll probably do a watch to strap in with better lighting and talk about this more in another video, but I want to keep this a little shorter for now, and that's it. Thanks for watching.